Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll have a first look at the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 smartphone. And as you can see guys, I've already opened this app and I've been actually using it from past one day because I wanted to give you my initial impressions. What do I feel about this? And luckily I also had the Flip 4, so I'll also share some of the interesting changes that I have noticed between these two smartphones. So again, let's not get too much into the unboxing. We didn't get too much. We get the smartphone itself and a USB Type-C cable. But one good thing is that, and guys, by the way, this is a review note that was sent to me by Samsung, and they had also actually sent us this Flip Suit case. This is a pretty interesting case. It has NFC and stuff like that. I'll show you that at the later part of the video. But I like the fact that both this Flip and even the Fold 5 are actually now made in India. So that's very good to see. These flagship foldables are also being made in India. Samsung had also sent out this Flip case. So I thought, what is this? And this is actually having these two different plates. So this was very interesting, and you can just put any of the plates like this at the back, and this is a case, and you can just put it like this, and it actually detected that a case is applied. Case is actually there, and the front also acts like a bumper case. Now if you look at from the back, the design of the phone actually has changed a little bit. But now if you open this this cover screen, now if I unlock it, this background also has changed and it looks exactly like this. So it gives a lot more of personality. This is basically an NFC system that they are using to do this. Let me actually change this one with another one, this one, and see. And I believe Samsung might introduce a lot more of these back panels also. So with this one, again, I have changed it to this one. This completely changes the look of the smartphone also, I would say. And now if I unlock this one, see, as you can see, it has changed this to match what is you are having at the back. So pretty interesting case, I would say. So if you are into that customization, you can also have a look at this one. And again, Samsung is stressing quite a bit on the materials used on these smartphones, environmental friendly, and a lot of recycled material like fishing nets and stuff like that. This is a package is also made from recycled material, so good for environment, I would say. So this is the device itself, and you guys know about this. And again, this is the fifth of course, the Flip 5, and the big deal about this one is this outer cover screen, which is a lot bigger. If you notice, this is the Flip 4, and this is the tiny small screen. But now this is massive. I would say this is a 3.4-inch screen. And again, I'll unlock it. Okay, first let me give you a physical overview, then we will move about it. And again, as I've told you, this is the 3.4-inch cover screen that they call. But let me give you a physical overview. I'll just close the smartphone. And the outer chassis is again made of that armor aluminum. So again, it's pretty strong. And this time with the Flip 5, the outer glass is now made of Gorilla Glass Victus 2, which is the strongest. And Samsung says that even the hinge material is a lot better this time. So again, this should be a lot more durable. And I noticed that when you're moving this one, this is a lot more smoother, I would say. So definitely feels a lot more premium in the feel. And if we open this up, again, on this left side, we have the volume rocker. This is the fingerprint scanner, power on off button. You just press it here to unlock the device. And bottom again, the stereo speakers. Of course, it has stereo speakers and Type-C port. And here you'll have your SIM tray. So this is the device, and this is the inner screen. Again, UTG class that you are getting. But for some reason, I feel that the crease, again, it is visible at some of the angles, but it is slightly less compared to this Flip 4. That is what I have noticed. So yeah, that's what it is. And again, regarding the processor, again, we know that Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is the fastest processor, and I've said that even earlier some of the videos. That's one of the best goddamn processor made by Qualcomm. So we have that. So that's the same processor that we have here, and so that's the reason everything actually is very smooth on this device. One more thing that I like is that now with this Flip 5, the minimum storage that you will get is 256 gigabytes. That was not the case with the Flip 4. There it started with 128 gigabytes. So we have two storage variants, that is 256 and 512. And guys, here are all the specs for this Flip 5. The big thing about this device is this outer cover screen, and now it's a lot more usable. You can actually customize this if you want, and here we have the fingerprint scanner, so you can even unlock this. It's locked and unlocked, and by default you'll have quite a few widgets here, so you can interact with those widgets and all these things, and you can use this pinch gesture also to see all the widgets. And this is, if you just swipe this goes back to the home, and this actually 4 is showing us the number of notifications. So if you just swipe here, you can see quick toggles are here, and if you go to the left, you see your notification. So this is a lot more usable, but again, you can also run some of the apps via this, and that's actually a nice thing. By default, this functionality is not enabled, so if you're getting this smartphone, I would strongly suggest that you enable it. And to give you an idea, let me just go here, and again, in terms of performance, guys, I did not notice anything. Very butter smooth, and again, it has that adaptive refresh rate up to 120 hertz. If you go to display, like here, adaptive brightness, adaptive smoothness, and all those things. So very smooth, no jitters or anything that I noticed. But if you go to the cover screen option is there, and here again you can customize the outer cover screen here. As you can see, I have put this one, and you can also adjust what widgets do you want. As I showed you some of the widgets, let's say we'll add the timer, stopwatch also on this one. So these are some of the widgets that you can, and you can reorder them. And this is interesting thing. This steps, go and click on this. This is the lab feature, and by default multi-window for all apps is not enabled. I would suggest you enable it, and also use this main screen navigation for cover screen. And here you can allow some of the apps that you can actually use on the outer cover screen. I think so Samsung will add a lot more apps here, but these are the ones that are there by default. By default, this is switched off. I have enabled it. And to give you an idea, for example, YouTube is supported, and this is the speaker, and again, of course, stereo speaker is you're getting. And here I'll just lower the volume. I'm going to lower that. And if you do this like this, and you get the mouse option also, so this becomes a trackpad like this, and so you have this options, and like this you can select one more app. For example, top you can run more app, bottom you can run more app, like this. So those options are still there on this one, and so that's actually a nice thing. But another thing is that I can just do this, and now if I unlock this, if you notice, this video is still actually running here, and I can watch it. Let's just go to some other video to give you an idea. For example, as you can see, you can play a video like this. So this cover screen is a lot more functional now, I would say, and so you can use some of the apps on the outer screen also. That makes it a lot more functional. So you also have this in the camera. You have this flex mode. Like this, again, this becomes the trackpad, and by default, I would say yes, the inner camera is the 10 megapixel selfie one. But if you click here, you can actually use this camera, and I think so. This is a lot more useful. I would say the outer camera, if you use it like this, so you can get a preview also, and it's a lot more easier. And again, both the cameras at the rear facing are 12 megapixel. That's the ultra wide and the regular 12 megapixel, whereas the inner one is this 10 megapixel one. So those are some of the functionalities that I've noticed. And again, you have that flex mode like this. Again, as I've told you, I've enabled for everyone thing. So for even complex site, again, you can have a mouse cursor like this, so it becomes like a laptop. So double finger, you can scroll up and down. So again, interesting thing. And again, to get to what you say, a notification, you just do this and you get to the notifications and stuff like that. So those options are there. And again, multi-window becomes a lot more easier. As I've told you, up you can do something, down you can do something like that. So those functionality are there. And among the foldables and flippables, I think so these Samsung's flips are this Flip 5 is also IPX rated, so that's actually a very good thing. And again, as I've told you, Samsung also says that the hinge has improved quite a bit. In fact, because of that, the thickness is also a little bit less compared to the Flip 4. This, if I recall, was 17.1 mm, whereas this is 15.1 mm. Another thing, if you closely notice, is here we have a gap on the Flip 4, but here we don't have any gap. So this is actually nice. So it completely is flush, I would say. So that way I would say they have improved it quite a bit. Many people were asking for the bigger cover screen and no gap design, so they have actually finally delivered. And now again, regarding the camera, you guys know that again it's very similar to the Flip 4, but again there is slight improvement in processing, I think. So that's because of the software optimizations and the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 ISP. This, as I've already told you, is that front facing camera. That's a 10 megapixel, whereas the rear, both of them are 12 megapixel. So let me do one thing. Let me actually show you some of the sample shots that I've taken with this device. It was a very overcast day in Hyderabad, but again this Flip 5, as you can see, did manage to take some very good photographs. Even the colors were very vibrant, and this is actually the ultra wide. Again, this is the regular shot and this is the ultra wide. The ultra wide is actually pretty wide. The human skin tones are also produced very well, as you can see, and these were in the portrait bokeh mode with the rear facing camera. Now these shots were taken with the 10 megapixel selfie camera, and here I have enabled the portrait bokeh mode for the front facing camera. Now recording the video with the rear facing camera, and I've set it to actually 4K, and looks like stabilization is good. I'm going to just get down from the stairs, and looks like the stabilization is doing a very good job. The main camera does have optically made stabilization. Let's see the dynamic range. Let's just go over here, and at least in the preview it's doing actually a pretty good job. This is a dull area. Let's just go over here and let's see the focusing. It's pretty windy, so there might be even noise. So yeah, the focusing is also actually good. So this is a very quick sample with the rear facing camera, video recorded at 4K. Recording this video with the front facing 10 megapixel camera, and I've set the video to actually 4K. 4K 30 and 4K 60 are actually supported, and the audio is also being recorded via its internal microphone. I'm just moving against the light and stuff like. In fact, I just climbed a stair, and looks like even though I'm shooting in 4K, the stabilization is actually pretty good. But what do you guys feel about the video recording with the front facing camera? And this is with the internal 10 megapixel selfie cam. So guys, this is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5, and before I end this video, let's also talk about the pricing. The retail pricing for this one in India is for 99,990, almost 1 lakh. But as of now, Samsung is running some pretty good offers. In fact, if you have a HDFC card, you get 8,000 rupees instant discount, and if you are exchanging with some other smartphone, apart from your exchange value, Samsung will add 12,000 rupees more. So if you combine both the offers, this time Samsung is allowing you to combine both the offers. So that's 8,000 rupees plus that 12,000 rupees exchange. So you get a 20,000 rupees discount indirectly. So you can have it for about 80,000. And I like the fact that this time the base variant starts at 256 gigabytes of storage instead of 128 gigabytes of storage. So if you are always wanted a flip form factor smartphone, you can certainly have a look at it. And do let me know if you really want a full in-depth review regarding this smartphone. If you guys want that, I can post that in the next couple of weeks. Anyways guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and if you guys are still not subscribed to this YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care guys.